Gogoat got access to the move Rock Slide now, and let's take a look if this is going to make this Pokemon so much better, because it actually would make a lot of sense for this Pokemon to get Rock Slide as coverage, as it's going to allow you to hit fire as well as flying type Pokemon for super effective damage, which maybe makes this a Pokemon that would be like the best grass type in the current meta. We will find out if this is going to be the case, as Gogoat is going to have more going forward, has actually a very solid stats, but also it has a Vine Whip plus the Leaf Blade. Vine Whip is actually not the best fast move anymore for the grass typing, it's going to be now Leaf Edge, which Gogoat doesn't have, but Vine Whip is still very solid. And we're going to have here the Leaf Blade coming through, which is one of the, if not the strongest charge move in the game currently. To the point that the signature move of Keldeo, which just only recently got released, is a Leaf Blade clone, which is kind of funny. Like, clearly the signature move for a mythical Pokemon that hasn't really had a lot of play previously. Why are they running Hyper Beam? I don't like that. Anyway, we're going to be able to get rid of the Licky in the first battle after they went for the Hyper Beam. We have two good answers against Spidops, so I'm not really too worried about it yet. And as you're going to see as well, the Swift is coming through. It's going to allow us to get them kind of low, and we're going to try our best here next. It's going to be the lunge coming in from the opponent, dropping our attack. We are going to go for this Swift against the opponent as well. And this is going to allow us here now to get some nice damage in. We will let this move go, I assume. And the Rock Note is coming in, and I can stop out into my Talonflame as I reveal their own Empoleon in the back. And with this, we are going to be able to win the first battle here. A little bit of a chaotic battle, but it is fine. Hyper Beam Licky wasn't on my list today. But let's move on to the next opponent, and let's see if this team is going to work out. We're going to have a great lead and even a better safe-up for us. Both the Ferret as well as the Gogoat are great answers to the Jellicent. I think Ferret is generally considered the better one compared to the Gogoat, because you're not going to get hit by the Shadow Ball at all. They have to go for a Surf, which isn't as strong, and we're going to see how we can go for the full Farm Down, end up with an attack boost, and basically a charge boost start, which is going to be, of course, quite nice for us. So, generally speaking, if the Jellicent is going to be the safe-up for the opponents, usually go ahead and go into your Ferret. It's a better Pokemon. There is a team, like there was definitely a battle here at least. I don't know if it's going to be in here today because I did like 5 sets with this team. There was definitely a battle where I went into my Gogoat, which also worked out quite alright, but I do think that Ferret is the better answer to Jellicent. And it comes here Umbreon, and with this, we know already this game is over. We are going to be able to win the battle because we have so much pressure now with our Talonflame to the point that they have no chance of winning this one. They can still play it out if they really want to, but they only have one Pokemon left. And we have so much pressure in with both of our Pokemon. There's like practically nothing they can do. I can go for the Flame Charge. I'm going to be able to boost my own attack up. We will see as well that they can go for their own moves, but I don't really care too much about it. I don't know what they're trying to do here because they're clearly already in range where one more fast move is going to be enough to knock them out. They're still going to invest their shield here, even though they know that if I use a shield here as well, I'm going to be able to win straight away. And with it, this is going to be a good game, and we can move on to the next opponent, where Florges awaits us. This is actually a very good matchup for our Gogoat, but here I make the mistake. I should have just went into the Ferret. This is actually the matchup that I was talking about, which is kind of hilarious. That came kind of back to back. Shadow Ball's coming through. And this is, of course, a little bit more scary here, but if I would have went to my Ferret, I would have had a way better shot here at the game generally, because Gogoat is actually one of the best and hardest answers to Florges, because you resist all of the charge moves of this Pokemon, and this is kind of something that, yeah, is going to change quite a bit on how this matchup is going to go, because here we see we are still going to be able to win this battle. I think we're even going to be able to get out of here with the shield advantage. That's all right for me, but at the end of the day, yeah, they're going to reveal their Gaston in the back. We are still definitely going to be able to win this battle here from what I've seen, unless they're going to be able to catch some moves, which I doubt that they will. I should be able to just run with a shield advantage on my Talonflame. And so, yeah, they're going to try to catch, doesn't work out. We can swap out here, go into our Talonflame, and with that we should be kind of fine. So no matter what, we are going to be able to win this, especially as I decided to go for the Disarming Voice, which is actually interesting. I wonder how much damage the water move would have done if they would have been running it. Apparently they don't run here. And yeah, we're going to be able to even win just with our Talonflame. We don't even need to run our Ferret here, as we have Talonflame against Talonflame in the lead. Here, this is the thing as well. I actually tried Gogoat out first with a team around Bastiodon, where I used Gogoat as a safe-up to try to bait out Flying-type Pokemon. It did not work out. It really did not work out to the point where I didn't really want to showcase it because I just didn't really like the team. And so this is the main reason why we're going to have a team like this, which is honestly more in line on what I've been playing back in the day, like a few seasons back. Like with a few seasons back, I mean 15 seasons back. Talonflame, I used back in the Vigoroth as a save swap as my normal type, and had, I think, Ferrothorn in the back instead as a closer, but it's all kind of the same archetypes. And this is honestly such a good team strategy. And here we see Gourgeist. Honestly, Gourgeist has been one of the most common Pokemon I've seen so far, but I haven't really seen a team that I really like to run this Pokemon. Like, I haven't tried it really myself. I tried it in the team with the Bastion actually, but only for a few battles, and then realized, okay, I don't really like this Pokemon too much. Not in the team at least. So I decided to then just go ahead and try to go for something different without Gourgeist. I think Gourgeist is one of the most interesting Pokemon, and also a Pokemon that will allow you to have a very fun title, which is going to happen as soon as I'm going to showcase the team around it. But yeah, how did this team go here? This team was honestly super solid. You're basically playing against nearly everything, because you're going to have here a very good core of our elite of Talonflame together with the Gogoat in the back. It's a very, very good core together. As you're going to see here, we're going to be able to go for the full farm down, which is going to allow us now to as well just get some more damage in. In comes here as well the charge move from us. It's going to be a Swift coming through, and it's totally okay for us because now we're going to have another Swift coming in as well. We're going to be in a very solid position, as this is going to allow us to even go for another one. And we are honestly in a really good spot here to just go ahead and get another shield from them. We just should be fine to even take the hit here. It's going to be a Swift. We might still even get to another move after this. And yes, we still survive a hit, and with that we can go for a Swift. And so this is going to be either the KO against them, or I'm going to get a shield advantage. And I will get the KO, and with that alignment, and with that also Jellicent against my Gogoat. Which means I guarantee win this battle. This is something where we are going to be able to outspeed them along the way. Right now we don't, but as long as we can throw while they go into their fast moves, I'm going to be absolutely fine here. As we see the damage output already, we're going to be able to win this. The opponent realizes this, and they're going to forfeit. And so next we're going to have a great lead of Shadow Scissor. In comes the Ferret, very similar to what we have here as well as our team. I decided to use a shield. And I decide to go ahead and go for even a fly. But what we have here now is the Ferret super low already, which is really important. The Ferret being super low. Oh, actually the knockout now as well with it, which is kind of cool. But basically, I assume it's going to be a one tap in the back. It's always going to be a one tap in the back with Scissor. And yes, it's going to be the Azure roll. Why does it always have to be a one tap in the back? Because it's the best kind of way of resisting fire type damage in the current meta. And here is just like a Pokemon that can do it perfectly. And so in comes here the Scissor against our Ferret, which is fine because I still have the Gogoat against the Azure roll. I get the shield here from the opponent's Scissor, and I can just go ahead and go for a Swift here. As the opponent decides to go for their own charge move, this is fine. They have 2 moves stored, which means we have to use a shield here with, as well with our Talonflame, because I want to keep the charge move alive, and you see me here stopping out straight into the Gogoat. Why? Because I know I survived an Ice Beam. I easily survived an Ice Beam here, and I have a Fly still stored, which should be easily enough after they went for all of their energy to knock them out. And so the Leaf Blade comes through. They still should be able to go for another Ice Beam, but I have this Fly stored on my Shadow Talonflame, and this should be enough from this range. Shadow Talonflame is honestly the real deal. Like, this Pokemon does so much damage, it is ridiculous. As you're gonna see here, we are going to be able to now knock them out and move on into the next opponent. Where we have a lead that is actually very tough for us. It's a lead that we cannot really deal with. It's Shadow Typhlosion with Ember as well, which means they're going to generate energy even faster than with the Incinerate, of course. And so it's going to be even a bit more awkward. And we see the Primeape against us here next, which is even worse for us as well. Like, this is not going to be great at all. I don't like actually Ember on the Typhlosion. I think it's way, way better to go for Incinerate. I like the damage output so much more. Like, you cannot put Pokemon more into ranges for even Thunder Punch than what you can do with Ember. But Ember is going to be a bit more scarier in terms of energy generation, and so this is most likely why they go for it. Here we let the move go from the opponent's Primeape. In comes the Typhlosion again, and at this point I have to kind of force to use a shield here because we have a Grass type in the back, and I can go at least for a Flame Charge now, which would knock them out with this move here, but I can try to go for even another charge move. I use a shield here, and I go straight for my own move, and I could decide now if I go for Fly or if I go for the Flame Charge. Fly would allow me to go for another Fly after 2 more fast moves, but I don't know if my health is enough for this, and in hindsight I should have mostly went straight for the Flame Charge because I have to go for 3 moves anyway. But it's going to be the Aegis Slash in the back, and honestly that is fine. We're going to have the shield going down here, and we can move on to the next opponent. where Empoleon evades, and we're going to have here as well the Altaria swapping in. Altaria we don't really have the best answers for, but this doesn't really mean anything, right? We have the Sky Attack coming in, and we can try our best to go for the Fly against them in order to do as much damage as possible. As we will see here, the Fly is going to get the shield from the opponent. We can try to go for another Fly against them as well. And we're gonna be in a position now where we can get the shield. We're gonna go into our third, and this is fine as the Swift is going to now gut up against the Empoleon. That is fine as well still. Like, we're going to get at least some damage in against them. And the Trailblaze should put them basically into farmland right now afterwards as well if we're gonna get there in time. But there should definitely, like, we should definitely get there before they get to another charge move, which you see as well. The Trailblaze is coming through. This is absolutely okay for us. And with this, the Trailblaze is going to allow us to just get the KO against the Empoleon. We have the Altaria. We barely miss out on the move, which is actually kind of crucial for them. If I would have went straight for this move there, if I would have got the move off with the third, I would have knocked out most likely the Altaria, and I would have been easily able to win the battle straight away. Like this, they get 2 Sky Attacks off here, and I know that I outspeed them here to the rock side, but I also know that they have another Pokemon in the back. In this case, the Gourgeist, and yes, actually the 1 HP on the third was all that mattered here in this battle. We have the Gourgeist and Altaria core, which is interesting. Yeah, anyway, very interesting team there. We're going to not be able to knock them out here sadly in time. And so they're going to knock us out, and this is going to be it for this battle. 3 more to go. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We have Blastoise over 8. So this is going to be a little bit of an awkward matchup for us. We have 2 good coverage Pokemon in the back here, with a third as well as the... I think it is. It's still the Gogoat, of course, the Pokemon that we actually trying to make the video about. But I think it is actually time now to kind of say on what, kind of what's the work that we're doing for Gogoat. And I have to say, not a lot. It really doesn't really matter too much. I feel like Gogoat is the same as last season. I feel like that even the rock move, the fighting type move, the brick break, might be the better move to go for compared to rock slide. And I was a bit surprised about this because I was thinking that like rock slide would be such a good coverage move on this thing. It turns out it really isn't. Like, it honestly, it is not really the best coverage move here at all. But as you can see, I'm going to be able to let the move go here from the opponent. Typhlosion goes for the Thunder Punch, and we're going to be able to move on now to the next opponent, running Pangoro in the lead, which is absolutely perfect for us. Yeah, Typhlosion is, by the way, one of the worst Pokemon to face for this team, and honestly, I do think that there are better Pokemon than Gogoat currently for this team. I'm looking currently at something like a Torterra or a Toedscruel, which would help way better out than, what we currently have here. I think Gogoat is an alright grass-type Pokemon, but nothing special. It's really nothing special. It's a Pokemon that I would personally, at least, not really directly recommend to build at the current time. I think there's like so many more grass type Pokemon that just do a better job. Like, honestly, there are just so many Pokemon that just do a better job, which is kind of sad because I like Gogoat. I think it has great stats. It's cool to have a Leaf Blade there as well. I just want to check real quick at the same time, which is the best grass types in the current meta. The best grass type currently is Credilli, of course, then Toedscool, Ludicolo. We're going to have Credilli with Bullet Seed, which is kind of funny. There's like 2 Credillis. Gourgeist, Amoonguss, Abomasnow, and Gogoat is then going to be the next after. At least, like, in terms of, like, a grass type, like, the one that does more grass type damage, there's nothing that can really compare to Gogoat. Like, Gogoat is the best in terms of grass type damage, but in terms of just general play, I do think that a lot of the other Pokemon are just a little bit better. I think even Amoonguss, with a foul play buff, could be even a strong Pokemon for the current meta, which is super underrated. Honestly, Amoonguss is super underrated. I think it's a very good Pokemon to run. I kind of want to give it a try as well. But here we're going to have the Talonflame coming through. We're going to knock them out, and we can move on here. What I have to say, though, this team itself was actually amazing. Like, the team itself was really, really good. I would really recommend you to give it a try. Of course, in the season now, where it's an interlude season, where we don't know what's going to be happening with the game, where there is no elo, there is no of this kind of stuff. It's not as important to have, like, the best team possible. But I would still recommend you to give it a try if you want to just get some rewards. Honestly, I will try to use this season mainly in order to try to get some rewards for the upcoming season afterwards, because I assume it's going to be quite important for that. I'm still curious on what's going to happen this season, because there is going to be something happen. Like, you can't tell me that they just do a random interlude season. There's no point of that. So, like, there is going to be something happening. There's no official communication yet, so we have to see on what's going to happen there. But as you can see here, Ludicolo is going to be up against us. We are going to be able to let the move go. Weather Ball's coming in, and we're going to be able to go for the Leaf Blade against the opponent as well, which is going to allow us to get the shield. In comes the Leaf Blade. That's going to allow us to get even more damage in, and Gogoat is good in those matchups. Like, Gogoat isn't a bad Pokemon. Like, if I say there are other Pokemon that are better, that doesn't mean that Gogoat is bad per se. Like, Gogoat is a very solid Pokemon to run. I had a lot of fun running this thing. It would be bad to say that this Pokemon is better because it isn't. This Pokemon is viable, but it is not going to be top meta. It's a usable Pokemon that has some play in certain matchups, but this is going to be it for this video. Ludicolo is mostly the superior grass type, but in this case, Ludicolo is going to go down, and this is going to be it for today. Yeah, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and I'll see you then. Bye bye.